Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. Another beautiful fall morning here in western North Carolina. We've got our very first firewood order today. Y'all know we've been working on putting some firewood together primarily for sale next year, but we had some extra, so we're selling it this year. Got our first order, so we're gonna get the truck up here, we'll get that loaded up and go get that delivered. And also last night, I spent some time, too much time, out at the sawmill working on making some siding for that well house that we've got framed up, got the roof on. Ran into problems, so we're gonna see if we can get that remedied this morning. So hang out with us for a little bit. Let's load up some firewood, work on the sawmill a little bit. All right, so this is what a face cord, 4 foot tall, 8 foot long, 16 inches deep. This is what a face cord looks like, thrown, but thrown neatly. Not just tossed, but not stacked. When I would toss it in there, I tried to keep it kind of flat so that we didn't have pieces standing up. But this is what a face cord looks like on the bed of a long wheelbase Chevrolet. So I know now I can get one face cord on the bed of a truck, and if I had the dump trailer, I know I could get a full cord, no problem. So had a customer reach out last night, wanted a face cord. Actually, he started out he wanted 2, and said that he had bought some last year that was advertised as hardwood, and he got a full load of pine. So I told him there is no pine in this, maybe a little bit of poplar, maybe a few sticks of walnut, but otherwise it's all hardwood. He said, well, let's try one cord. If I like it, I may buy another one. So we got him a face cord. Let's take it to him. I thought you was coming to help.
Here I am.
I'm loaded now.
Got here just in time.
You know, my thumbnail on the last video, people can go back and look at this, said, I need a new helper. I need a helper to start with.
Oh, quit your belly ache.
Just show up, man.
I was cleaning up your house.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Washing dishes, making the bed.
Nothing else?
Doing the, doing the bills.
Okay. Message received. Let's go deliver this stuff.
Okay.
You ain't even looked, have you?
Oh, it smells good.
It does smell good.
Man.
So, face cord, 4 foot.
That's a lot.
4 foot by 8 foot by 16 inches deep. I didn't just throw it. I kind of neatly tossed it. You know what I mean? You know,
Okay.
there's a difference. I tried to kind of stack throw. Maybe that's a new term.
Stack
thrown. So that would, so you know, we'll talk about this later. But the way people advertise wood, maybe that's a new way to advertise it. Stack thrown pickup load.
There you go.
Yeah, how much is that?
Yeah, how much is that?
Anyway, all right.
Let's ride, Clyde.
Okay, we got stuff to do. Look, y'all. It's a standing rump roast. right, y'all, before we go down to the sawmill, I want to give you a quick update on the Wellhouse. I want to get my pullover. It's cool out here this morning. I done some wainscoting on this, just some old rusty tin that I had down behind the building, and we're going to come back with poplar inside this. And the reason I put this on there is I don't want to get that poplar siding too close to the ground. That stuff does not do well if it has ground contact. So that's what we're working on down here at the mill, is cutting some siding. But real quick, I want to do another shout out to our friends down at Camel City Mill. These folks sent me some socks a couple weeks ago. I've talked about these on a few videos. These folks sent me some socks a couple weeks ago, and y'all, I've spent money on socks. When you're in boots all day, or you're on your feet all day. Construction, farming, EMS, fire, law enforcement, whatever the case may be, you know how important it is to have a good pair of socks. And y'all, I have spent a lot of money on socks that were just absolutely disappointing. That were just horrible. They were just absolutely horrible. These guys sent me a couple pair of socks to try. I put them on my feet, and I'm not kidding y'all. I'm not joking. I went straight to the website and I ordered 10 more pair. And then Sandra tried them on. We ordered some more so that she could have some. So anyway, good socks. Made right here in the United States of America and made in North Carolina. They're about an hour and a half down the road from me. 100% USA merino wool. They come with a guarantee. Y'all, these are the best socks I've ever put on my feet. The holidays are coming, winter's coming. It's time to get you some good socks for your boots. If you're gonna be outside, you're gonna be working. For the holidays, for your mama, for your daddy, for your kids, for your cousin, for your next door neighbor, for the guy that you hate down the road, you just wanna make him mad and send him something nice. Y'all, I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. Go down there and order you some of those socks. I promise you are not gonna be disappointed. And if you are, they've got a guarantee. You can hash it out with them. But Camel City Mill, appreciate them sending us some stuff to try out. They said if you like them, great. If you don't, that's fine too. I like them. I really like them. Links in the description down below. All right, so herein lies my conundrum. So was out here working last night, and what I'm trying to do is saw my siding boards for the Wellhouse. And I was sawing up a pine yesterday, and let's see, no, take that back. I was working on a big poplar. And I don't know what happened. My blade took a dive, sparks flew, we stopped, got it out, traded blades, and everything seemed to be fine. Finished that one up. Then I put this one up here, cut my slabs, got me a square cant, took a couple of big boards off because I'm trying to get to 10-inch wide. That's my goal, is I'm trying to get to 10-inch wide. Took a couple big boards off that we can edge, and then started working on this one, and noticed that we were much thick. I'll bring the camera in. We were much thicker on this side than we were on this side, on this particular board. Up until then, it looks like we were fairly consistent, but on this last one that I cut, we were absolutely not. So I was tired. I decided it was just time to quit. And sometimes when you're working on something and nothing is going right, it's just time to walk away. Not quit, but just walk away. So I walked away, gave it the night. So what I'm going to do this morning, I've taken the blade off. The blade that I had put back on after I took the dive and caused the sparks, I put an old blade on that I had been using about to the end of its useful life, but I thought, well, maybe we can cut a few more out of it. And I did. I got a bunch of battens for the building. But when I got to this one, something happened. So we're going to put a brand new blade on this morning. We're going to get this thing off. We're going to clean our bunks, make sure that our bunks are nice and clean. We're going to put it back up and see if we can flatten out one side of it so that we can flip it, or at least toss that board, and then we can continue with our 10-inch boards. These are not quite 10. Man, they are so close though. We're like 9 3/4, and for the building that I'm doing, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. I'm not gonna waste another log on it. So I'll bring the camera and show you the mess up down here. We'll put a new blade on, try again. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can pull this thing out here. and measure. So on this end, we're 1.25 inches. We're 1.25 inches on the far side, but we are 1 inch on this side. So this side is correct. I don't know why we're wide over here, but if we go back to the previous two that I had cut, let's see what they were. I'm curious now. Over here, we are at 7/8, and on this side, we are 7/8. So we're pretty good there. 7/8, 7/8. So these two are fine. We got a little skinny. We got a little skinny down here on this end. But anyway, long story short, we're just going to start over, start fresh, and see if we can't get this cleaned up and get it where we need to be. All right, y'all, I will freely admit that I gave in to peer pressure and bought some of the infamous Joe Main Silvertip Turbo 7s. And quite frankly, that was the one that took the dive and caused some sparks. It hit something on the mill. I think it hit these blade guide rollers. But at any rate, what I'm putting on here now, this is some that I had left over before I joined the dark side. These are some all-purpose blades that I had bought from Wood Miser. When I first bought the mill, had a few of them left. So I'm trying to use them up. But shout out to my buddy Eric down at the Bearded Lumber. And I'll leave a link for their channel in the description down below. I called Eric and talked to him about these Turbo 7s because that's what he uses. And he recommended different thicknesses, a thicker blade for knotty pine because it's much more stable whenever you hit some of those knots and doesn't have a tendency to ride up and ride down. And then some of the thinner ones, excuse me, the 45 thousandths, the thicker ones are the 55 thousandths, but the thinner ones, the 45 thousandths for hardwood. And so I was running one of the thicker ones, and that was what took the dive on. Again, I don't know why, you know, stuff just happens. But I really did like that blade, really did like that blade. And I bought a good handful of them, both sizes, so I think we're going to be in pretty good shape for blades for a little while. So it's a long walk around that thing when you have to go multiple times. So I'm going to take this thing off, and I'm going to sweep the bunks. I'll raise it up here so it's not so hard to, got a little bit of a mess, but we'll work around it. Well, let's do a little manual scooting if we can. That thing's big and heavy. I wonder if I can get that off there or not. Yeah, we can. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Right there may be our problem. All right. You know, it just seems to me like if you run into a problem like this, first off, know when to just stop. Don't make it any worse on yourself. I have trouble doing that sometimes, making it worse on myself. And then just go back and start with the basics. So for me, new blade, clean bucks, make sure that we've got a good level surface for that thing to lay on, and try again. All right, I know a good handful of y'all come here just to watch the struggle. So if you enjoy the struggle, hit the thumbs up. Okay, we have another problem in our way. Log turner. There we go. Now she's out of the way. But Chuck, you've got that big excavator sitting behind you. Why are you not using that? Because I don't want to put claw marks in my cant. All right, now. All right, new blade, clean bunks, tight against our backstops, I think. Tight against our backstops like we should be. So I'm going to take a slice off the top, very thin, not much, so I can slide it down a little bit. Very thin. Not much, to level it out. Then we will flip it, I think. No, I don't think I need to. I'm going to take a thin slice off the top. That should get us level. And then we'll see if we can rip them in ones. So, fingers crossed. Forgot my ear protection. Got to go get that. Safety Sally will be on me. 11 inches on the money. On the money. $11 square. Well, that sure seems to have fixed it. The first board looks like it's just a little bit thick, but I did not set my blade to exactly, so the overall height of this is 11 inches. I did not set my blade height to 11 inches to skim off if there was any thickness issues on it. I just went straight to 10. So it looks like it's maybe an inch, and gosh, I mean, it ain't much. It ain't off much at all. Yeah, I mean, it's like a 1/16. So I think we're good. I think we're fine. Besides, this one's got a real bad side on it. So that'll just be, we'll just use that as a filler board somewhere. But the rest of them, man, they look nice. Let's get them stacked and stickered. Start the drying process. Well, we're not going to dry these. Poplar is, in my understanding, and I've used it before, poplar is fine to use green. But just know, once you put it up, it is going to shrink some, and it is going to get hard over time, which is why we're doing the board and batten. Y'all know what board and batten siding is? You got two boards, they stand up vertically together. You got a batten strip that goes between them, so as the boards shrink and they create the gap, that batten will cover that shrinkage or that gap up. So, but I'm going to stack these and sticker them so that they can dry. At least they'll kind of stay flat till we can start getting them put up on the building, which I'm hoping is pretty soon. I need to get that thing closed in, get it insulated, because we got some cold weather coming. So here it is, folks. This is the unattractive part of running a sawmill that other YouTubers won't show you. And that is carrying and stacking and stickering your lumber. But not us. We show you the whole deal. I am not sure how well this will show up. If it don't show up very good, I'll edit it out. But y'all, this is tulip poplar. This stuff is absolutely, I know the color's not showing up very good, but this stuff is absolutely beautiful. Real nice yellow, some lime, kind of green. And this will weather really nice. This won't take long. This will get that nice, especially if I don't put any protectant on it. And we'll see about that. But if you don't put any protectant on it, this will get that nice grayed vintage look sooner rather than later when it's out here exposed to the elements. But man, beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful. All right, y'all, there it is. I ended up with about let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one may turn out to be 11. So I got 11. And I done the count. I need 40 10-inch wide, 1-inch thick. Max length is going to be 7 feet. So like in the back of that building, it's kind of short. So I may only need a part of one. So I do not need 40 full length ones, but I'm going to have 40 sections. I think that's about all the time I've got for this today. I've got a customer coming to pick up this 1x6 pine. He should be here about any time now. And I need to go look at another job, milling job, just down the road here for a neighbor. So we've got to go take a look at that. So I think that's about all the time we're going to have for this today. Before we go, real quick shout out to our friends over on Patreon. We really appreciate your support over there. Y'all are the ones that pay for and help keep the videos going with cameras and microphones. This stuff is expensive. Cameras are expensive, and you know, I'm trying to upgrade some equipment so that, you know, the video quality's better. And it just costs money to do that. So for our friends over on Patreon, appreciate you doing that. What do you get if you join us over there? It's $5 a month. We post some content over there that we don't post other places. Like, for example, I will post how much I've paid for a load of logs, how much I've sold a load of firewood for, some of those kinds of things. And also I don't always do a real good job of this, but I really try to get videos posted over there so you can see them at least for a few hours before they go live on YouTube, ad-free. So you can kind of see the content over there ad-free. And also, if you've got questions, the primary reason that we set up Patreon is if you have a question, message me over there. I promise you I will answer. We get so many phone calls, texts, emails, messages, people leaving comments on videos asking questions. It's just, I just can't get to it all. I just cannot get to it all. But if you're a member over there, you leave me a message, I promise you I will get back to you and answer your question over there. So, come join us. We appreciate it. I think that's going to do it. I'm going to go look at this these logs, this new job, and see if we got some more stuff to cut on the mill. Always something. Busy time, busy time. Days are short. Don't have a whole lot of daylight. But anyway, like I always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Reuben, hush. Good Lord. Let's get some firewood loaded up, and we'll go to a little work out the sawmill. That sounded blah, 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 blah. If I could talk, I'd be dangerous. get on this camera, it's like you lose all the sense that you got. Hello, try again. Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out of Sheridan Park Farm.